I'm not necessarily a fan of cloud gaming. I'm one of the types that like to play directly on my console or PC based on whatever game I own or, physical or digital is one of the things I like to do. But I do like this angle that Xbox is doing when it comes to the Hisense televisions because I am a fan of Hisense televisions, which I'll talk about shortly. But the fact that they're expanding their cloud gaming, it just goes further to show that Xbox is not really in the business of console making anymore, which is another thing I'm gonna talk about as well. Because consoles, for the most part, they aren't making any money, and you see how everything going with the world with prices of hardware is kind of getting out of hand. So I want to talk about that, give you my thoughts and opinions and everything under that umbrella, and hopefully you guys enjoy. If this is your first time here, welcome. I talk about gaming and all the other things under that umbrella as well, and I go live probably maybe 5 to 6 days out of the week, playing games, talking about games, different topics, or whatever the case may be. So if you guys don't mind subscribing, I really would appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, and let's get into this. Play Xbox directly on your Hisense TV. This is coming soon, based on news.com. I mean news.xbox.com. And this is basically a press release. Xbox to bring cloud gaming to select Hisense and V Home OS powered smart TVs. Now, I don't know much about V Home OS powered TVs, but one thing I will say about Hisense, I purchased the Hisense back in 2024. Matter of fact, I bought it for my birthday for myself, and it is actually a really good television for gaming. It was like a 4K TV. I have it downstairs in my son's room because he uses it now. But for 4K gaming, I had a really good experience with it. It's just that my son needed a TV in his room, so I don't use it. But I highly recommend if you find a nice Hisense TV. I mean, you're probably going to get a pretty good budget, TV for 4K gaming. I do like them a lot. But with that being said, I'm going to read the part of this article and then we're going to get into it. As we step into the new year, many of us are looking for fresh ways to play, connect, and explore. That's why we're excited to announce a new partnership with V that expands where your gaming adventures can happen. The Xbox app is coming to select Hisense and V Home OS powered smart TVs in 2026. This partnership is all about giving you more freedom and flexibility on how to play how you want. Xbox Game Pass subscribers, including Ultimate Premium and Essential subscribers, will be able to stream hundreds of games on new release fan favorites directly through the Xbox app and supported cloud of Xbox Cloud Gaming. I'm not a fan of cloud gaming, but I do recommend if you're looking for a TV, a cheap TV that actually performs pretty well. I would say look into Hisense. I'm a big fan of them. I don't have many. Like I said, I only got one, but the one I have, great experience. As far as Game Pass, I've gotten away from Game Pass a while back, and I'm not a fan of like streaming games in general. But this just goes to show you once again, Xbox is not in the business of necessarily, building hardware. Even though with their new console coming out, I mean, this is where they're going. They do understand that with RAM prices and other hardware prices the way they are, they're not necessarily going all in on it. And Sony's kind of pulling back as well. And fun fact that Nvidia or Nvidia, however you want to call them, they're actually bringing back the 3060. So that's a thing as well where they're bringing back old graphics cards because they know that this whole AI thing is out of control. So this isn't an angle if you're into you know cloud gaming. I mean, this is another avenue to go. With Xbox app, you'll be able to explore great games like Call of Duty 7, great games. Okay. Hollow Knight Silk Song, which is a great game, and Clear Obscure 33. Yeah, yeah, those last two are great games. But the Call of Duty Black Ops 7, yeah, okay, and many more. As an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, you'll be able to unlock unlimited cloud gaming, giving you the flexibility to play games across different services. And yeah, you can expand your Xbox ecosystem. And I want to talk about this real quick. The Xbox Cloud, well, I ain't gonna say the cloud, but the Xbox ecosystem is actually a really solid ecosystem, and is one of the things that I do miss about not having my Xbox series anymore. I do miss it other than that because it just felt so intuitive when you were actually moving around in the Xbox devices or the OS or whatever the case may be. It was really cool. But now I basically use my Xbox for, I mean, I use my PC as like my Xbox, and I still got my 360 still sitting here, and I still play that. But nevertheless, it's just that I just felt like there was no incentive to keep my Xbox Series. I moved that out of the way, and I end up trading that in for a PlayStation 5. And my son has his PlayStation 5 now for Christmas, and that worked out for everybody because he loves his PS5 or whatever the case may be. But as far as Xbox, I think the ecosystem is actually pretty solid. It's just that it just doesn't seem like is anything worth like holding on to hardware wise. Now, as far as being playing Xbox on my PC, I'm enjoying that. I do like that a lot. I mean, as far as going to the Microsoft Store, using that avenue to play games, I don't have an issue with that. I'm good with that. So I mean that's pretty cool. But this is more of the Xbox vision, is to make sure your games community and your achievements are always within reach. Bringing the Xbox app to select Hisense and V home OS powered TVs is another step towards making gaming available across a broad range of devices to meeting you wherever you want to play. We'll share more details, yada yada, in the coming months. So this is the thing, and I do believe that this is going to be somewhat of the future. You also have to understand, like with televisions, nobody really is using cable TV anymore. A lot of people are streaming their stuff. Like for me, I use YouTube TV, and I love YouTube TV, and I never thought that I was gonna be that entrenched in using YouTube TV because I'm from the old school where we had cable boxes, and I just thought that that was gonna always be the best thing to do. But now I see that's going it transitioned over to, YouTube TV, and you have others like that. And then when you look at gaming, I'm like, look, I'm probably going to end up dying on this hill, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us is like that as well. I will always keep my hardware, PC or consoles, and I always play that way. I don't ever see myself going into cloud gaming, but I know like a generation or two behind me, like as far as age wise, they're probably going to be cool with cloud gaming, and that's going to be the thing. Now, I don't recommend it, but I'm going to be the old man, arguing, at the children to get with the old times while they're doing their own thing. Like I know, like for certain, my son, he's okay with the way gaming is now. I don't think he's going to get into cloud gaming, but who's to say? I mean, he's only 6, so what happens when he's 16? Maybe he's more, comfortable with cloud gaming. So Xbox is usually ahead of the curve when certain things happen. Some of this stuff just falls apart, but I do believe that sometimes that, you might be ahead of the game for the right reasons. I mean, even when you look at Xbox to an extent, some of the things they've done was a little bit ahead of its time. I mean, you can say what we want about the Xbox One and their TV mechanism when how much that failed, but I know there's a bit of people right now using their consoles for these type of apps, like even to watch, YouTube videos or YouTube TV. They were just ahead of the time, but they just didn't implement it right. So like a lot of people aren't really using televisions for that purpose. Like I just talked about Hisense, the Hisense TV. I would use that for gaming and gaming only. And even if I did use TV, it's going back to the cloud type of streaming service where I'm using YouTube TV. I'm not calling Comcast or Time Warner or any of these cable companies to come in and install their stuff in our house, outside of internet. But then again, internet is what? For cloud gaming and streaming. So it's kind of like they're right there when it comes to, looking at things a step ahead, but they just can't get it together. And as far as the gaming side of things, they're on a different path, and I don't know how profitable it is for them. Maybe it is, and maybe it works for them. I mean, apparently something's going right because they're constantly expanding this cloud gaming thing, and I just don't know how it's going to go. But for me, I'm going to stick to the original stuff. I'm gonna stick to the consoles and just do my thing under that umbrella because that's just the way for me. But let me know how you guys think. Do you guys are enticed about this cloud gaming stuff? Is it something that you do? How does it play out? Are you planning on looking into Hisense televisions? What are the I mean, how are you going about that? Or do you just game on monitors? Like for me, I mostly just game on monitors now, and like the last TV that I did buy was the Hisense, and I did like it, but my son, he uses the television now, and it's in his room, and I still recommend it if anybody's looking for a television. They're cheap, they're very efficient, and they actually put out a pretty good display. So let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna get up out of here. We'll see what happens next with Xbox. They're going through a lot, but we'll see. You guys take it easy, and y'all be blessed. Peace.